Forensic odontology, the study of dental evidence, became a recognized forensic science in the 20th century. Dentists can identify unique dental patterns, restorations, and wear that are as distinctive as fingerprints. This dental evidence is often more durable than other biological evidence, surviving extreme conditions. In criminal investigations, a single tooth can provide clues to a victim's age, health, and even socioeconomic background. The analysis involves comparing dental records, which are routinely kept by dentists, to unidentified remains. This method has been crucial in solving cases where traditional fingerprint or DNA evidence was unavailable. The process requires meticulous documentation and expert testimony to be admissible in court. Thus, forensic dentists play a vital role in linking evidence to individuals, aiding in both identification and prosecution. The investigation centered on a pattern of violent crimes that suggested meticulous planning and control by the perpetrator. This planning indicated the perpetrator likely possessed specialized knowledge or expertise relevant to the crimes. Such expertise is not uncommon. Many criminal investigations hinge on understanding a suspect's professional or technical background. The late 20th century context meant investigators had to rely more on physical evidence and witness accounts than digital forensics. The perpetrator's control over the crime scenes pointed to a deliberate effort to misdirect or outmaneuver standard police procedures. This case demonstrates how everyday expertise, when applied maliciously, can become a central challenge for law enforcement. The investigation was complex, with multiple crime scenes and victims, creating a vast amount of forensic material to process. While traditional methods were employed, a breakthrough would come from a field not always at the forefront of criminal investigations: forensic odontology. Forensic odontology applies dental science to legal investigations, primarily through bite mark analysis and dental record identification. This discipline can be crucial when other evidence is limited, as dental characteristics are unique and durable. The application of dental evidence follows established scientific protocols for comparison and verification. In complex cases with multiple victims, dental records provide a reliable method for positive identification. This forensic approach represents a systematic method for analyzing biological evidence when traditional avenues prove insufficient. The dental evidence presented a critical anomaly in the investigation. The victim had sustained severe facial trauma consistent with blunt force impact. Among the recovered evidence was a fragment of a tooth that did not match the victim's dental records. This type of foreign biological material is often crucial in forensic investigations. In forensic dentistry, tooth fragments can provide identification through unique enamel patterns and dental work. The presence of a non-victim tooth fragment suggested physical contact with another individual during the incident. Such evidence can help establish the sequence of events and identify potential perpetrators. Dental evidence is considered highly reliable in criminal investigations due to its durability and uniqueness. Investigators hypothesized the fragment may have been broken off during a violent struggle. This type of physical evidence transfer is common in violent assaults where direct contact occurs. Forensic analysis of such fragments can determine the force and angle of impact. The evidence was then submitted to a forensic dentist for expert analysis. Forensic dentistry, or odontology, applies dental knowledge to legal investigations. This field is often used to identify remains or analyze bite mark evidence. The analysis compares unique dental features to known records or other evidence. Such expert consultation is a standard procedure in serious criminal investigations. The specialist examined the tooth fragment with extreme precision, noting specific and unusual characteristics. Unique wear patterns on the tooth's surface were documented, which can indicate specific dietary habits or occupational activities over a lifetime. The shape of the root was analyzed, as root morphology varies significantly between individuals and can provide identification clues. Evidence of a rare, non-standard dental procedure was identified on the fragment. Such procedures might include unconventional fillings, modifications, or treatments not commonly taught or practiced in mainstream dentistry. Based on this combination of features, the dentist was able to create a detailed dental profile of the individual. This profile can include estimated age, health history, and even geographical background, similar to methods used in forensic anthropology. The analysis transforms a single biological fragment into an identifier, narrowing down the pool of potential matches. The forensic dentist's role is to compare dental records with recovered evidence. Dental X-rays provide a unique biological blueprint of an individual's teeth and jaw structure. This comparison process is a standard forensic technique used in identification cases. The recovered tooth fragment is examined for microscopic features like enamel patterns and dental work. A match between the fragment and the records can place an individual at a scene or link them to evidence. Obtaining such records requires legal authorization, like a warrant, to protect privacy. This method is considered highly reliable as dental features are durable and distinct. The findings from this comparison become part of the documented investigative chain of evidence. The match was declared conclusive, a definitive forensic determination. Unique features identified in the fragment were identical to those in the suspect's dental records. This placed him at the scene in a powerfully direct way. Such forensic odontology is a standard investigative tool, comparing dental evidence to known records. The methodology relies on the distinctiveness of dental work, fillings, and natural tooth formations. A conclusive match like this is often treated as highly reliable physical evidence in legal proceedings. The dental match became a cornerstone of the legal case, providing tangible physical evidence that connected the suspect to a specific victim. This evidence supported other circumstantial evidence gathered during the investigation, creating a more complete picture for prosecutors. However, it's important to clarify what this type of evidence could and could not do in a legal context. Dental evidence typically serves as corroborative proof rather than standalone proof of guilt. It connects physical evidence to individuals, but doesn't establish motive or timeline on its own. This evidence must be interpreted by qualified experts and considered alongside other investigative findings. Like many forensic techniques, dental matching has specific protocols and limitations that affect its evidentiary weight. Understanding these boundaries helps clarify how such evidence functions within the legal system's requirements. The tooth was not a magical clue that could independently identify the killer. It could not name the perpetrator on its own, unlike how forensic evidence is sometimes portrayed in fiction. This type of dental evidence functions as a comparative tool, not a direct identifier. For the tooth to be useful, investigators first needed to develop a specific suspect. Only then could they legally obtain that person's dental records for a forensic comparison. This illustrates a common pattern in forensic investigations. Physical evidence often requires existing investigative leads to reach its full potential. The evidence served to confirm or exclude a suspect already under scrutiny, rather than pointing to an unknown individual. This mechanism separates real forensic science from fictional portrayals, where a single piece of evidence instantly solves the case. The investigation failed to uncover the psychological drivers behind these fraudulent activities. This absence of motive left critical questions unanswered about how such schemes were conceived. A common misconception is comparing this evidence to a DNA database match. Unlike DNA, which can be cross-referenced against extensive national databases, dental records lacked this infrastructure. At the time, no centralized national database existed for searching dental records. This limitation meant investigators could not easily identify individuals through dental evidence alone. The gap in understanding motive and the lack of a searchable database created significant investigative hurdles. These factors illustrate how forensic and psychological gaps can complicate fraud investigations. This type of forensic evidence typically serves a confirmatory role in investigations. It becomes most valuable after investigators have already identified a suspect through traditional methods. The smoking gun evidence, while compelling, represents just one piece of a larger puzzle. Prosecutors must integrate this forensic link with other types of evidence to build their case. They need to demonstrate means, opportunity, and behavior patterns to establish guilt. This comprehensive approach is necessary to present a convincing narrative to a jury. The forensic connection alone, while powerful, requires context to be fully understood. Successful prosecution depends on weaving together multiple strands of evidence into a coherent story. This case demonstrates how solving major crimes requires a convergence of specialized expertise. Forensic investigations often cast a broad net, drawing from diverse scientific fields to build a complete picture. Pathology provides crucial information about cause and time of death through examination of biological evidence. Botanical evidence can reveal location details through analysis of plant materials found at crime scenes. Dental forensics offers unique identification capabilities through analysis of dental records and bite marks. Each specialized field contributes pieces to the investigative puzzle, creating a comprehensive forensic approach. This multidisciplinary methodology represents standard practice in modern criminal investigations. The integration of diverse expertise increases both the accuracy and reliability of investigative findings. Standard law enforcement investigations often rely on established forensic protocols and databases. Specialists, such as forensic odontologists, bring expertise that falls outside these standard toolkits. Their role is to interpret evidence that may be overlooked or misunderstood by general investigators. Dental work, including fillings, crowns, and bridges, creates a permanent physical record. Unlike soft tissue or digital data, this dental evidence is highly resistant to decomposition and environmental damage. This permanence makes dental records a crucial tool for identification long after other evidence has degraded. In fraud or deception cases, such lasting physical evidence can contradict fabricated stories or false identities. The combination of specialist interpretation and durable evidence forms a powerful method for uncovering truth. Unlike a hairstyle or clothing, fillings, crowns, and unique bone structures are permanent identifiers. This principle underscores how past procedures, even mundane ones, can have unforeseen future implications. In forensic science, these biological markers are often more reliable than eyewitness accounts or circumstantial evidence. Dental records, in particular, have been pivotal in identifying victims of mass disasters or resolving long-standing missing persons cases. The permanence of such features creates an unalterable biological ledger, a record that cannot be disguised as easily as outward appearance. This concept extends beyond forensics into historical and archaeological contexts, where skeletal remains provide the most concrete evidence of an individual's life. It demonstrates a fundamental truth. Our biological history is often written in the most durable, yet hidden, parts of ourselves. The breakthrough in this complex case occurred when investigators recognized the limits of their own expertise. They deliberately sought out a specialist from a different field who could analyze the evidence. This expert possessed both deep technical knowledge and the crucial ability to communicate findings clearly. The communication had to be legally defensible, meaning it could withstand scrutiny in court. This demonstrates a common pattern in solving sophisticated frauds. They often exist at the intersection of domains. A financial scam might involve complex digital trails, requiring both forensic accounting and cybersecurity expertise. Similarly, a corporate cover-up could hinge on interpreting technical data within a specific regulatory framework. The most intricate deceptions are frequently unraveled through this kind of collaborative, multidisciplinary investigation. This story centers on identification, a fundamental challenge in both historical and modern investigations. In an era dominated by digital surveillance and data tracking, physical evidence retains unique authority. Biological evidence, such as the tooth mentioned, provides a concrete, material link that digital traces often cannot replicate. The reliability of such evidence depends not on technology alone, but on the human expertise required to interpret it. This process represents methodical, applied science, building connections through analysis rather than speculation. It demonstrates that establishing a verifiable link between an individual and a location often relies on this tangible, biological groundwork. This principle is evident in forensic accounting investigations, where minor discrepancies in financial records can reveal massive fraud schemes. Similarly, in corporate scandals, a single overlooked email or document can expose systematic deception when analyzed by experts. The trained eye recognizes patterns that others miss, like irregularities in transaction timing or subtle changes in documentation. This approach contrasts with relying solely on obvious evidence, which fraudsters often conceal effectively. In Ponzi schemes, small inconsistencies in investor payout records frequently provide the first clues to the deception. The analysis requires both technical expertise and contextual understanding of how legitimate systems should operate. This methodical examination of details has uncovered numerous frauds that initially appeared flawless on the surface.